Okay, welcome to section 7, where we're going to be messing with React state. Now, if you know anything about React, you know that you can save data. With state is basically any sort of data that your component has or has to handle, etc., etc. So, in this step, we're going to add a client-side data filtering feature to the app, so that users can check a box to only see incomplete tasks. And we're going to use React component state to do so. So let's add a checkbox to the app components is the first step. Let's go ahead and take this. Whoops. Copy that. Add it to the to-do list. Now remember, guys, I know it seems pretty lame that I'm just copy-pasting, but remember, I'm doing this so I can learn Meteor, not React. So, this may not make a lot of sense to you if you don't know React. Go ahead and there's tons of tutorials online, etc., etc. Okay. Cool. So basically, we just added a checkbox to show the completed or the non-completed tasks. And then we're going to add React Constructor, which is basically some administrative boilerplate that you got to add to some components. Don't worry about it too much. Just remember that you got to add a constructor that takes props and then call super on it with props as an argument to, and then you can set your state. And remember to never change your state by just saying this.state. This is only to initialize state, right? So we'll add that right above, or right here below where we declare the component. Whoops. Okay. That looks pretty good. It defaults when we're initializing, the hide completed property is set to false. So just remember that. And then here's what I just mentioned. We can update this.state by calling this.setState. Remember, don't ever do this.state and then set the new state to like a hide completed true. You never want to do that. You want to always use the setState method. Because it'll update the state property asynchronously and then cause the component to re-render. So we're going to take this toggle hide completed method that sets state, and it changes hide completed to the opposite of whatever the initialized state was. So we're going to go put that right. Let's put that right here. Excuse me. Okay, looks good. Toggle hide completed is our new event, or our new method, excuse me. And then now we need to update our render tasks function to filter out completed tasks when this.state.hideCompleted is true. So we're just going to mess around with the render tasks method a little bit, or function, excuse me. I use those interchangeably. I don't think that's wrong, but if you're getting confused, just know that I use method and function interchangeably. So we're going to take this, and we're going to mess with our render tasks method right here. We're going to delete this. Okay. Okay. Boom, boom. If this.state.hideCompleted, filter task equals, okay, and then instead of mapping over this.props.tasks, map over, whoops, we're going to map over filter tasks.map, okay? Or we're going to map over filter tasks, which we just declared here, instead of what we had before. Let me go over that again. Instead of mapping over this.props.tasks, we're going to map over a variable that we just created here, which we set to this.props.tasks, called filter tasks. So I'll make a space here so that's a little more clear. Excuse me. Here, this is where we map over it in our return statement. Okay, so let's see what's next. They also want us to show a count of incomplete tasks. So now that we've written a query that filters out completed tasks, we can use the same query to display the count of tasks that haven't been checked off. To do this, we need to fetch a count in our data container and add a line to our render method. Since we already have the data on the client-side mini Mongo collection, adding this extra count doesn't involve asking the server for anything. So fairly straightforward. We're going to show incomplete tasks, and this is pretty much all stuff we've done before, except NE, which is a Mongo query selector thing that basically says not equal. This is equal to not equal to. So this $NE is a Mongo thing. So we're gonna go ahead and add that to our create container return statement. So let's go down there. We'll do okay. Looks good, and then I think we need to add something to our render method. Excuse me. Okay, prop types as well. Okay. Let's go ahead and add this to our render method right here. Whoops. Okay. To do this dot props dot incomplete count. That looks good, and then we're gonna add prop types. Crap. Whoopsie daisy. There we go. All right. We don't have a prop type? Seriously? Huh, that's weird. I never defined prop type, so let's just copy this whole thing. Whoops. Cool. So this looks good to go. Let's go ahead and check out the app, see what's going on, and nothing is completed, so it's not going to hide anything. Now we'll hide, let's hide a couple, and then boom, they're gone. So it only shows tasks that haven't been completed yet after we select this. So we can either say we want to see everything, or we want to see tasks that we still have to do. Although you can check it off and you can delete them, you can also hide them. If you don't want to delete them, you can just hide them if you don't want to look at them. Okay, so we've got a lot of React done here. I think we can finally move on to Meteor. Let's see what's next. User accounts, which is a super cool thing in Meteor. One of the things I like the most about it. Again, we're going to do some React here because we want to override the default view layer that Meteor comes with, which is Blaze. But normally, you wouldn't have to do this if you were just using Blaze, but it's stuff that you can always just copy paste to. It's pretty boilerplate. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna add that component to our app JSX main component, and do a couple other things as well. So I'm pretty excited. I'll see you guys there.